Welcome everybody, spring is finally here and it's here with a vengeance. A beautiful day on the steps here of Dulwich House. We'll look at the auction later in the show. SA's finest this week is at College Park and of course at Glenorghies and Magic Property. Now we've got some tips on promoting your property and we delve into where to get the most action, the most bang for your bucks when it comes to selling your property. And of course we've got the Gone with some of our solds. And don't forget, we're live, we're interactive, so get on those emails and we'll answer your questions at the end of the show. Now we've got a very exciting new element to the show this week, and that is the live counter, the voting counter. We set it up and did all the technology for the great debate and we thought, why not let's use this each week on a subject. So today's subject is print media still important? And we want you, the listeners, to be live and interactive and get on there and push the button of what you think. So later we'll go a little bit more detail into that a bit later. In the meantime, through the show we'll have a market update from RP Data's Tim Lawless. That'll be really interesting. But now the inside story on Australia's future when it comes to the housing supply.
Is South Australia headed towards a housing shortage disaster? The Housing Industry Association has projected SA will be facing a shortage of 24,600 homes by 2020. Current build numbers are not growing as fast as the population, and this is of particular concern in South Australia as the number of new constructions has already dropped dramatically. Locals believe action should be taken now to address this issue for the sake of future generations.
Obviously it's got to be a concern for the future generation for South Australia, for sure, absolutely.
Of course it's a concern because it's going to cost people a fortune to buy houses. So I suppose the only way to do it is to develop these inner city areas, so that doesn't go down very well.
And yet I don't want to go further and further out. I think that's wrong too. I think that there needs to be more infill.
The HIA has suggested the state government needs to make stamp duty, land tax and building charges more affordable to produce the number of houses needed to meet demand. This is not only required to tackle growing population demands, but to give SA the competitive advantage in attracting new industries and start-up businesses. If South Australia doesn't act now, we could be headed down the same path as New South Wales, where there's a significant difference between supply and demand, and the issue is almost insolvable.